In this video, we talk about the short and long-term consequences of visa overstay here in the United States. Hello guys and welcome. My name is Lucy. On this channel, we talk about ways to come to the US and life in America as an African. Thank you so much for subscribing and sharing my videos. I really appreciate your support. If you're planning to visit the United States on a visa, whether it's for vacation, work, or school, you need to hear this. The U.S. gives out all kinds of visas, like the B1, B2 visa, the H-1B for work, and F1 for student visa. Millions of people come to the U.S. every year. But here's the big problem. Some people stay longer than their visa allows, and that is called overstaying your visa. If you stay too long, even by accident, a lot of things can happen. One of the things that can happen is you could be kicked out of the country, which is called deportation. You might not be allowed back in for many years, which is called a visa ban, and it can mess up your chances of ever getting another U.S. visa again, including a green card. So with the Trump administration's ongoing crackdown on illegal immigration and ICE enforcing immigration policies across the United States, it is now more important than ever to ensure that your visa is valid and that you're not breaking your visa conditions. So let's talk about what a visa overstay really is and the types of visas most likely to be affected. A visa overstay occurs when an individual remains in the United States beyond the expiration date of their authorized stay without proper extension or adjustment of status. When a person enters the U.S., they are given a specific duration of stay, which is generally documented on their I-94 form, which is a record of arrival and departure provided by the U.S. Customs and Border Protection, CBP. People are most likely to overstay their visas in the following visa categories. Tourist visa, B1, B2. These are typically issued to those traveling for tourism or business purposes. Visitors must leave the United States before their visa expires. Student visas, that's F1, J1, M1 visas. These are issued to students studying at U.S. academic institutions. Students must maintain full-time enrollment and leave once their studies are completed unless they are eligible for an extension or work authorization. Work visas, H-1B, L-1, O-1, etc. Work visas are issued to foreign nationals who have secured employment in the United States and are typically valid for a few years with the possibility of extension. Fiancé visas, K-1 visas. These visas are for individuals coming to the U.S. to marry a United States citizen. The visa holder must marry the U.S. citizen within 90 days and adjust their status accordingly. Ignorance is no defense when it comes to visa overstays. It's important to understand the conditions attached to each visa. So what's the difference between visa overstay and visa expiration? Some people accidentally overstay their time here because they don't fully understand the rules, and that can cause big trouble for them in the future. So let me break it down real simple. When you enter the United States, the officer at the airport or the border tells you how long you can stay, and that's called your authorized stay. It's actually written on a form called the I-94. The date on your actual visa is not the same as how long you can stay. Just because your visa says it's good for 5 years doesn't mean that you can stay for 5 years. If you stay even 1 day past the date on your I-94, that is called overstaying, and trust me, it's a big deal, especially with the current administration. You could be banned from coming back to the United States, you could be denied future visas, or even deported. And guess what? It doesn't matter if you had or you made a mistake or you didn't understand the rule, you're still responsible. So always check your I-94 form. Know your dates, set a reminder. If you're not sure, ask a lawyer or call immigration. Ask for help before it's too late. Overstaying your visa might seem like no big deal at first, but consequences can mess up your future in a big way. For the short-term consequences, if you overstay, you cannot extend your time here in the United States. Even if you want to stay longer, the answer will be no. You can also not change your visa type. For example, if you came as a tourist and decide you want to go to school, you can't switch to a student visa without leaving the United States first. And if you're planning to apply for a green card while in the US, the answer will be no, or you'll face very, very serious scrutiny. For the long-term consequences of overstaying your visa, if you stay longer than 6 months, that's 180 days, you could be banned from coming back to the US for 3 years. If you stay more than a year, you could be blocked for 10 years. You could even be arrested and sent home through the process called deportation. That means being forced to leave the United States. And it gets worse. Your visa history will show that you broke the immigration rules. That means in future, it will be much harder to get approved for another visa. So here's the bottom line. Don't overstay your visa, even by accident. It's not worth it. Check your dates, ask for help if you're confused, but follow the immigration rules. If you found this video helpful, hit that like button and share it with someone who needs to hear this. Make sure you subscribe for more tips about US immigration, visas, and life in America as an African. Stay smart, stay legal, and stay safe. I'll see you guys in the next video.